Welcome back everyone, it's so great that you're with me today. So do you ever get into that moment where you have an idea, that creative idea, and you think, I'm just going to try it, give it a go and see if it works? Well, today that is exactly what I'm doing. I've got a few items on my table. I'm going to take you down to see those items, but I'm not painting with a paintbrush, I'm not painting with a palette knife, and I'm not painting with my hairdryer. So can you guess what kind of technique that I'm going to do? Well, you don't need to wait long. I'm going to take you down to see the colour palette. I'll talk about the materials that I'm going to use and I can't wait to get going. So thank you so much for being with me today. Let's see what we can create. So here we go. Here's the colour palette. Very autumnal. That's the idea behind today's creation. This colour palette says to me autumn, so a change of the season. Here's my canvas. It's a black canvas and a balloon. So I've got my paints, I've got my balloon, but I've also got some tape, and I'm going to use the knife to cut the tape in different shapes. So you can probably guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you down and show you the process. So I'm going to use the masking tape not only to create a border around the edges of the canvas, but I'm also going to cut some tape and create different sections within that border. I'm just taking some black acrylic paint mixed with water, and I'm just going to go around the edges of each area. I'm doing that just so I get cleaner lines when I remove the masking tape right at the end of this process. So I'm now going to take one colour at a time, and I'm just placing the acrylic paint directly from the tube onto the canvas. I'm going to use a number of colours. I'm using that full colour palette that I showed you right at the beginning. And the idea is to blend these colours in with the balloon. So I'm just using a little bit of paint in each area, but enough to distinguish the colours. I almost want a loop of colour. So I'm just placing the small dots of paint directly from the tube onto the canvas itself. So I've now got enough paint on my canvas. I'm going to blow up the balloon, and I'm literally just going to use the balloon to now blend all of those colours together. I'm literally going to place the balloon on the surface area and go all the way around the canvas itself, just lifting the balloon up and down and blending in those colours as I go. I have sped up the video. I don't normally work at this speed, but I want you to see the full process but not get bored. So once all those colours are blended together, I'm just finishing the final part of the blending. I'm then going to remove the tape. So that's what you see before we remove the tape. And now I'm just going to take you in for a closer look so you can see some of that texture before we remove that masking tape, not only around the edge of the canvas, but also those sections that we created within the canvas. So I'm just gently pulling the tape from the surface area off of the canvas, and that's going to reveal a black edging and then a balance of that texture paint that we've blended with the balloon. I'm now just going to take you in for a closer look so you can see those areas. And I really love this concept and I really love this overall look. This is a very kind of autumnal shade for me, and I'm going to experiment more with this. This is the final version. You'll see when I take you in for a closer look, I have painted those edges, not black, but this time I've used a Payne's grey directly from the tube. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've had so much fun. This is a new concept that I've tried out and I love it, and I'm definitely going to experiment some more. I hope you've had fun too. Thank you for joining me, and whatever you're up to creatively, I hope you're having fun. And I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Bye!